I'm your host, R.V. Hight, Director of Communications at Central Carolina Community College. In this edition of 4C Visions, it is my pleasure to welcome Dr. T. Eston Marchant, who has announced his retirement as President of Central Carolina Community College effective April 1, 2019. Dr. Marchant became President of Central Carolina Community College in August 2008, bringing a strong background in both academics and economic development. Mr. Julian Philpott, Chairman of the CCCC Board of Trustees, has said of Dr. Marchant, under Dr. Marchant's presidency, Central Carolina Community College has flourished to become North Carolina's largest non-urban community college with many nationally recognized programs. He has had great vision for CCCC. Under Dr. Marchant's leadership, CCCC has truly become one of the crown jewels in the North Carolina Community College system. Dr. Marchant, welcome to 4C Visions.
Thank you very much, R.V. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, when you became president of Central Carolina Community College in 2008, what did you feel like needed your most immediate attention?
Well, that's hard to say. That was 10 years ago. But you know, we were on the cusp of developing any number of new programs. We had I remember one of the first positions we had to fill was a grant writing position. We didn't have many grants back then. Now we have the full array of TRIO grants, which have meant so much to the students in Lee, Harnett, and Chatham. There were just a number of things that needed to be done. Of course, I stood on some great shoulders, both with Dr. Garrett and Dr. Joyner, who unfortunately recently passed away, were great presidents and who did quite a bit for this community and for this college, and following in their legacy was truly an honor.
Well, there are many aspects of your presidency of which I'm sure that you take great pride. For example, the Central Carolina Works Consortium, where private funds help to initiate the placement of full-time college advisors in each service area high school to facilitate dual enrollment. What thoughts do you have about that program, and what makes that program so special?
Well, you know, you can't talk about Central Carolina Works without talking about Kurt Bradley. Kurt Bradley, who is a true friend and supporter of this college and of our region in general, he had the vision of having a way for more high school students to take advantage of what North Carolina generously provides in terms of dual enrollment opportunities. And we talked about how we could do it electronically, through websites or whatever. And finally, Kurt, I think with several others, Jan Hayes was involved in it, actually Jamie Kelly was actually involved in it as well, talked about how you really can't do that without boots on the ground. And we looked at what it would take to put a college employee in the 9 public high schools that we serve. And quite frankly, it was a daunting task, a very daunting task. But Kurt went forth. He helped raise a lot of money. He cajoled. He got all 3 of the counties on board, and we were able to do it. And our enrollment shows it. We have almost tripled the number of high school students that are taking advantage of dual enrollment programs in our 3-county area. And you know, the invitation is the highest form of flattery. The state of North Carolina has come in and adopted the program and provided state funds. They're not as generous as we would like, but they have provided state funds for other colleges to kind of to copy what we have done. I was joking with Dr. Merritt the other day in that, you know, once again the state has come out with one of their highest, the state system has come out with one of their highest priorities being the location of college employees in public high schools. Now, when the program first started 4 or 5 years ago, they mentioned that it was modeled after Central Carolina Community College. This latest communication doesn't mention us, but that's okay. We know where it started.
That's right.
So we're very proud of it. It is a real way for high school students to get a jump on their college career. And for anybody out there, parents, relatives, that have had to foot the bill for a college education, they know that anything you can do to lessen that bill is of great help. And so we are now providing high school students an opportunity, probably unmatched anywhere else in this state, to be able to take advantage of taking college courses while they're in high school.
Well, that's a very exciting program.
It is
And
indeed.
another of the exciting and innovative programs in which you have spearheaded is the new Central Carolina Promise K-14 program, which provides free tuition for upcoming high school graduates in our communities. What message would you like to send to those graduating high school seniors and their families about this program?
Well, I hope that they will understand it and take advantage of it. You know, K-14 is not a new concept. It has been adopted by communities and recently by the entire state of Tennessee, you know, as something that leads to more people attending college, more people receiving some sort of credential, more people being able to transfer to a four-year college. And I hope that the people of our three counties will take advantage of this. It is really unique that our Central Carolina region of the state has been able to put together a program that is supported by all three counties and almost unanimously supported by all three counties' elected bodies, that will provide this type of opportunity. To the parents of those whose children want to get a credential and go to work, be it welding, apprenticeship, some sort of medical degree, whatever, I would urge you to take an active look at those programs here. To those parents of students who want a four-year degree, start with us first. We have direct pathways into state, to Carolina, to ECU, Fayetteville State, to Campbell. We have direct pathways. You can still be that Tar Heel having spent 2 years with us, and your parents will have a lot less debt to deal with if you do that. This is a marvelous program. It truly shows the commitment of our elected officials in our three counties to the development and the expansion of higher education opportunities.
And if you'd like to learn more about that program, visit the website www.cccc.edu/promise. And we hope you'll go there and you can learn more about the program. Dr. Marchant, you also have been active in your support and development of apprentice programs, including the popular Caterpillar Apprentice Program. What makes these apprentice programs so popular and appealing, especially in terms of workforce education?
Well, one of the things that I have always been interested in is the expansion of apprenticeship programs. If you look at both the European and the Japanese, Chinese models, they have technical training available to young people at a much earlier age than we do in the United States. And so apprenticeship programs allow students that have the aptitude and the ability to enroll in programs to earn a credential, a skill, for example. It provides them that opportunity. When Caterpillar was looking to expand, they were considering both their Sanford plant and a plant in Florence, South Carolina. And we, Bob Hughes, you remember Bob Hughes, put us on a plane in Raleigh. We flew to Chicago, and then a little teeny plane from Chicago to Peoria, Illinois, to meet with the head honchos of Caterpillar, worldwide Caterpillar. And I remember that we were there as a team, so it wasn't just me, but I remember the question, the people sitting behind the desk, the only question they really had was, not what the incentives were, not is the plant big enough. Their only question was, how can you guarantee me a workforce for an extended period of time? Not just a ramped up, get it started workforce, but a continuing workforce that would continue to move into the plant as people retired or moved on to other jobs. So we looked at how we might do this, and in addition to creating a training site, which is now the Paul Howard and Barbara James Training Center, we also created this Caterpillar Apprenticeship Program. And it is modeled after, it is a registered apprenticeship program. It takes people in as juniors, puts them to work in Caterpillar, enrolls them in a welding program here at Central Carolina, gives them a paying job in their summer between their junior and senior year. And when they come out, if they've met all the qualifications, they go to work for Caterpillar. And Caterpillar is a worldwide organization with a great retirement plan and all the health benefits you could ask for. So it's a very, very good program. And we have done a great job, well, not me, but people have done a great job in advertising the program. We now have many more applicants for the apprenticeship program than we have slots to tell. One of the pictures sitting on my desk, and one that I will take with me back to South Carolina, is a picture of me standing in the Caterpillar plant, standing with the first group of Caterpillar apprenticeships students before they had actually begun their training, but they had brought them in all wide-eyed, and they gave each one of them a t-shirt, so all of them had changed into their Caterpillar t-shirts. And I want you to know that out of that group, I still think 2/3 of them are still employed and working at Caterpillar, which is a great testament to the program and to Caterpillar.
Absolutely. Well, economic development has long played an important role at CCCC. What role do you believe CCCC plays in the economic development picture?
Well, I just alluded to one aspect of it. You know, training and being able to provide a skilled workforce is the whole reason why the community college system was created in the first place. And it still remains our fundamental bedrock duty in terms of educating people. We partner with all kinds of industries to make sure that we are providing graduates that have the latest technical skills ready to go to work in their industries. It will continue to be, and I think you can ask anybody in this town and the three-county region, that Central Carolina Community College is a vital part of any economic development initiative that comes up. I know that anytime they create any sort of advertising for economic development, we're part and parcel of that. We have 2 mega sites located in our service area. You know, mega sites, you market them and you try to bring things in, and it may take a long time, but eventually something really big is going to hit at one of those mega sites. And when it does, Central Carolina Community College will be a part of making sure that whatever locates in one of those two mega sites will be successful.
Well, relationships have been an important part of your tenure, whether it be relationships with your CCCC Board of Trustees, government leaders, with economic developers, and with college supporters. I'm sure that you are proud of the relationships that you have developed during your time at the college.
Well, I am, but you know, RV, it's been easy. When you've got a good story to tell, when you've got a great product, i.e. the college, when you've got people all over this three-county area that have got a relationship, either they went, somebody they went to, somebody they're related to went to the college, or some other way. You know, it's a great feeling to know that when you have the backing of such a solid faculty and staff and college behind you. I'm so proud, and I've told everybody that in the last 10 years, it's been an absolute privilege to work with the people at this college. They are the finest group of individuals, and they are so dedicated to ensuring that people that walk through our doors receive the type of service that they need to see. It has just really been a privilege and an honor. You know, I tell the story, I wear this badge probably more than I should out in public, and I can't go anywhere. I can't go to the grocery store or to a restaurant without somebody coming up and telling me either a positive story that they went or somebody they knew went to the college, or asking me a question about how to. And so I've gotten to the point now where I'll carry a pen and a piece of paper so I can make sure that if somebody asks a question, I'm able to get them an answer. But you know, so in terms of relationships, We've had a great board of trustees. All the members that have been here during my tenure have been so positive and so committed. We've had great relationships with our elected officials, be that at the state level or the county commission level or even the mayors. Chet Mann, for example, served on the board and is a great mayor of Sanford. So it's been a pleasure. I think that it's imperative that we continue to maintain those relationships. I've often made the joke that most of my job occurs either early in the morning or late at night. But that's kind of what makes it fun because you go to those things, but it's necessary to do that to keep those relationships up.
Absolutely. Well, you have had 3 of your administrators to go on to become college presidents, including your successor, Dr. Lisa Chapman. What would you like to say about the development of your leadership team during your tenure here?
Well, I am thrilled, and I don't know that I can take credit for this, but Central Carolina Community College, in addition to being blessed with superior faculty and staff at every level, is truly blessed to have what I consider to be the youngest, smartest, and most productive leadership team of any college that I know of or that I've ever been associated with. I'm 65 years old now, and when I look around the table at the leadership team, I realize some of those people weren't born when I started working. And I think that that's a good thing. And I think the commitment that they have shown shows that the number that we've had, 3 that have gone on to be presidents, I guarantee you within the next 5 or 6 years it'll be 6 or 8. And part of that is their commitment to making sure that every student that walks through the door gets what he or she needs.
Well, you are well known for your support of your faculty and staff. What message would you have for the faculty and staff that you have worked under your leadership?
Well, first and foremost, that it has been an honor and a privilege to have worked with you, because I am amazed every day with what you do in and out to make this college what it is. I enjoy more than anything walking up and down the halls and hearing your enthusiastic teaching going on. I've had the privilege of being invited into many, many classrooms, and I'm just thrilled. I'm thrilled every time I see all the great learning opportunities that are going on and how enthusiastically both the faculty and the staff that serve the students are in what they do. My only hope is that you keep it up.
Well, students have taken center stage during your presidency. What memories of students will you carry with you?
Well, lots of good memories. Particularly, my favorite thing is graduation. And that can be curriculum graduation, medical graduation, GED, adult high school graduation. To see those students go forth and know that many of them have overcome a lot of hardship and diversity and adversity to get here, it makes it so compelling. And I've had the chance and the opportunity to get to know students personally and to see their personal commitment to making their lives better and better lives for their families. So I just think that I've been in a 4-year environment. I love 4-year environments. I worked at the College of Charleston. When I taught at the College of Charleston, everybody I taught was 18 or 19 years old. Everybody I taught had come from what I would consider to be an advantaged background. Here, we have students that fit that category, but we also have lots and lots of students who are coming back for a second career. They didn't finish high school, or they didn't go to college right out of high school, so they're coming back. Some of them are coming back because they just want to improve their lives. Some of them are coming back simply because the job that they had has gone away. So having that ability to meet those students and to see all of them and to watch them succeed has been probably the greatest privilege of my life.
Well, Dr. Marchant, one of your legacies will be the construction and renovations of college facilities in 3 of our counties. Let's take a look first at the Lee County construction. The passage of the $23 million construction bonds in 2014 must hold a special place in your heart.
It does, and RV, you and I are on a personal level are good friends, and we talk about things like elections and politics and things like that. But in reality, I'm not one that likes to get out and particularly when it comes to politics. But we made the commitment and we went to the people and we asked them to vote for this, and it made me exceedingly nervous to do that. And I remember sitting down, we were at Cafe 121 with Julian and I can't remember who all was there, and we were watching the returns come in. And when the returns came in and we rolled up those 60+ more margins on all 4 of those projects, it was just absolutely thrilling. Now, I'm glad I don't have to go through that again. but it is thrilling to see the support that we have had, and it's been absolutely thrilling to see the buildings come out of the ground. The Keller Health Science Building, the Dalrymple Vet Tech Building, all of these are positioning this college for the next 10 to 15 years. With the renovations that we've got going on and the beautification of campus, we really are, we're setting the stage so that the future leaders, Dr. Chapman, others, can come in and really have a good platform base from which to take off from. I'm very proud. I'm proud of the legacy that we've had, but it is not my legacy. It is the legacy of those people who voted for the construction bonds, and it is the legacy of those people who built those buildings.
Well, in Chatham County, you have witnessed construction on both the Pittsboro and Siler City campuses, and now a health sciences center is being constructed.
We have, once again, Chatham County is a large county, and we are able to spread out in the county to be able to meet the county's needs. One of the reasons we are the largest non-urban community college in the state is that we have been able to move our facilities into the areas where people need them. So we've been able to do this. The Chatham Health Science Building, which is coming out of the ground now on 15501, will be a fantastic facility. Located in northern Chatham, with the growth rate that is going on there, it will be able to take advantage of all the new medical businesses that are going up there. And eventually there'll be a public library located right next door, which will also accent what we're able to do in that building. Chatham County's future is unlimited. It's one of the fastest growing counties in the state, and I do believe that these buildings will allow us to be able to take advantage of that growth for the benefit of the county and the benefit of the college.
Well, in Harnett County, you have witnessed the renovations at the Dunn Center as well as a new health sciences center.
I have, and not to forget, we also have our new auto restoration building up and running at the industrial park down there. But it is, once again, part of our mission in a somewhat rural area is to be able to go to where the people are. And we have been able, through the generosity of the folks in Harnett County, to be able to strengthen our presence there. The Dunn Center is a unique partnership between the City of Dunn, Harnett County, and the college. It's an old, if I'm pronouncing it right, Rosewall School building, and it has also now been turned into senior housing. Just an absolute perfect example of a good partnership between the two. And of course, I have to mention Tim McNeil, who fought tooth and nail to get us that health science building. And to see, when I go down there, the students that are in that health science building taking advantage of what they're having to do there, and literally being across the street from the Harnett Health Center Hospital and the couple of nursing homes they've got down there is fantastic.
Well, the beneficiary of these facilities are our students, but also our many academic programs. You must take great pride in our variety of academic programs such as Vet Med Technology in Lee County, Sustainability in Chatham County, Lasers and Photonics in Harnett County, and our culinary programs that are available in all 3 counties. Right,
and what we've done in over the years, and most of those programs started before I got here, but Central Carolina has always looked for unique niches to be able to fill, and I hope we will continue to do that. Those programs, the Vet Tech in particular, but Laser and Photonics, the rest of them, they are universally popular and recognized far beyond the borders of our 3 counties. And I think that one of the things that sets us apart is that we're always willing to look for ways to create opportunities for students to get training that will put them into unique jobs. And I think that Central Carolina will continue to offer those types of programs and look for those niches that perhaps other people are not filling.
Dr. Marchant, what have you loved most about your job as president?
I think, RV, there are so many things. It's hard to say, but I do like the interaction with the faculty and the staff, and I do like the interaction I have with the students. And the students, I have interactions with them for a while, and then I don't see them, and maybe sometimes I'll see them again, but it's been so fun. There's a young man now that I've started going to the food line over here. He works behind the counter at the food line, and he started off as a Lee Early College student, is now finishing up his 2-year degree, and in the fall he'll be going to Fayetteville State. And just keeping up with him and just watching him develop and how he has kind of maneuvered through this and the positive things that have happened to him because of the opportunities this college has presented him has really made a difference in his life. And it has made a difference in mine in that it makes it so rewarding to think that, that I had some small part in helping him get through a part of his life that is going to change it forever. So I'm very proud of all that.
Well, that's great. As you look back on your career at CCCC, what's the most significant takeaway in terms of a single memory that you'll leave with as you retire?
That's just too hard. There are so many good memories here. It's hard to believe it's been 10 years. It really, really is very hard to believe. And I will miss it terribly, but it has been, like I said, just such a positive experience from beginning to end. It doesn't mean that there haven't been some long days and some issues that popped up, but for the most part, it has been a job that you could only dream about and that you could only think that could happen in a fairy tale. It's been that positive.
Wow. Well, as you step away from CCCC, how do you feel about the future of the college?
The college is in great hands. It's in great shape. As I said, we have a young leadership team. It really is poised to make even better and more significant contributions to our 3-county region, to the state, and even to the nation. I think that, taking advantage of opportunities like K-14, Central Carolina Works, those types of opportunities will lead the way, hopefully, in discussions that once again can be modeled by other colleges and by the state as a whole. There's nothing magic about K-12. It used to be back in the day it was K-8, and then it was K-10, and that's K-12. I think people are coming to the realization that people need additional training in order to be successful in life. So I think K-14 will become part and parcel of a nationwide trend that I hope North Carolina will continue to follow.
Dr. Marchant, so what's next for you? How will you feel your life and your time in the coming months and years?
Well, it's hard to say. Hard to say. I'll be returning to my native South Carolina. I'm going to visit here often, but I have my family is there, and I'm going to be involved in a number of projects in South Carolina. I'm looking forward to being able to get back and to take advantage of some of the things that I've kind of left on the plate down there for 10 plus years. But I'm sure I'll be very busy.
Well, I'm sure you will. Well, as 4C Vision's host, I would like to make this personal statement about our guest today. Dr. Marchant is a man of wisdom and integrity. His leadership has challenged and inspired the faculty and staff of this great institution to become even greater. His passion and his vision for Central Carolina Community College have set the stage that will benefit current students as well as future generations. It has been my honor and my pleasure to serve under your administration. Dr. Marchant, thank you for your friendship and thank you for your service to CCCC. You will most certainly be missed. And viewers, we thank you for being with us today on 4C Visions.